Good night, family. Good night, family. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Good night, blessed Sunday night. Good night, good night, good night, family. Good night. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing tonight? Hope all is well with each and every one of us. I'm here working at me. So hope all is well with us. Man, we're bracing for a bitter cold, guys. And the worst time to have a car when it's giving trouble and then bracing as that for a bitter cold. It's a lot. Cold weather advisory Monday and 12 a.m. to Wednesday 12 p.m. Wow. You can look for frostbite within 30 minutes. Those days you don't want to be outside. You don't want to be outside. Wow, it's going to be terrible. Kenneth Banton, how are you? Greetings, greetings. So tonight I have a thing here we're gonna talk about. It's called unlimited voice and data plan. But as I said, I like current events of my news. Come on, how you doing, Kenneth? How you doing? How is everything? How is the family? How are you holding up? Everything going good? Man, it's about to be freezing in Michigan between Monday to Wednesday. Can be like 30 minutes. Frostbite. Wow, it's cold. Yeah, okay. Glad you're doing good, Kenneth. I'm doing good as well. Thank you so much. I'm really doing good. Well, I wouldn't say I'm really doing good because sometimes things can be overwhelming at the house. I'm not talking anywhere at the home, because it's just me and my children. So sometimes it can be overwhelming at times. I just put some moisturizer on my face. So I'm rubbing it out. So I'm doing good. I'm doing good, my brother. I'm doing good. Glad to see you. Yeah, the cold. Yes, so I want to talk about this thing here. It just came on my thought, and I'm like, what should I talk about tonight? Because sometimes, the truth be told, you just have to start the camera and roll it, and you will find something. And then another time, based on how you're thinking, you will get something to say. It could be it could be a scripture, it could be a book that resonate with you, it could be something in your closet that you have that you probably haven't picked up in a while. And I found this book here, and it's talking about the the unlimited voice data plan. So greetings to everyone that is here. Greetings, greetings, welcome, welcome. We are awesome, we're blessed, we're thankful, and everything. Me, I'm a constant work in progress. So we're talking about unlimited voice and data plan. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably thinking, what do you mean by unlimited voice and data plan? Is not the plan you have on your phone. Is none of that. You know, whether we want to tie it with that, which is also a one way of tying things together too. Kenneth say, have you talked to our friend Khan? Maybe he's a little bit embarrassed about his team losing today. Kenneth, Khan said, sad but not embarrassed. Thank you, Khan. Exactly. And you know what? I am over here same way. I am sad, but I'm not embarrassed because 14 wins NFL history. Come on. Oh, Selena, how are you? Greetings. Thank you for stopping by. Hey, let me give everybody a shout out. Big shout out to Khan for stopping by. Big shout out to Kenneth for stopping by. Big shout out to Selena for stopping, guys. And Khan and Kenneth, you can connect. Check. I Khan and Kenneth, you always, I know how you guys do it. You're rolling it, so we say check. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, last night was a roller coaster, but I got over it. You see, I did a live earlier today and I said, we have a lot to be thankful for, regardless of the outcome, regardless of the situation. And God made no mistake when He give us something. He know that sometime the road to get there was going to be either dark and He need to clear that darkness in order for us to get there. But the good thing, He pushed them that far so they can go back to the drawing board and figure things out. Love your gold necklace, Resilient Queen. Thank you so much, Selena. Thank you so much. Welcome to our channel. Welcome to this live here, guys. Welcome. All right. And remember, guys, sometime I'll be forgetting, but once you come in here and if you want to give me a thumbs up, I appreciate it. If not, still appreciate you guys gracing the stage and viewing viewing, watch what I'm doing, which is views at the same time. So thank you as well. I appreciate everyone, what I mean? Manners, love, and respect, same way. And for all my silent watchers, I like to call you guys my private partners. I want to say a big shout out to you as well for gracing the stage and everything. So thank God. So I got this book a while here, and I'm gonna read about day 4 in this book here. This book is written by what his name? His wait, let me make sure I get his name correct. Butler. I know it's Butler. What was his first name? It's in the other book. This book is okay. Andre Butler. So this book is written by Andre Butler. He's a pastor. He actually on YouTube too. You can go find his name. And I went and visited his service one day because they do live stream on TV. But I went to his service one day and he talking about this seven. I think it's 7 steps. Yes, 7 steps that we need to take in our life and everything. So while I'm gonna check this out, guys, you can always connect to each other here. So you and so forth. So let me read a little bit of what they call unlimited voice and data plan. I had got to refresh my brain with this too as well because I read it for 7 days, but I still got to refresh my brain again. But let's go. He said, communication is an essential part of the human experience, and nothing has transformed communication quite like the cell phone. The introduction of the smartphone has opened up a world of mobile possibilities far beyond simple conversation. However, the extent to which a person is able to tap into that handheld world is likely limited to the amount of bandwidth, brandwidth. Remember the thing they call broadband width, something like that. He is willing to pay for it. So basically, it's the amount that you're willing for, like data, and stuff like that. But he said, thankfully, God's network offers an unlimited voice and data plan. And as we can see, all these things that are forming, to me, most of these things are divine. They were ordained to happen. When was it going to happen? We don't know. Everything was just a matter of time. You know what I mean? Can I say who you think is the most dangerous team in the NFL playoff now? That what they gonna be talking about. We gotta see because you see the upset. So you tell nobody is safe because with that upset from the Lion, that's gonna tell that you gotta expect the underdog, expect the unexpected, and everybody gonna learn from the Lions game right now that you could be the height of your career and just something can just snatch you right there quick and fast and now you're out of the height of your career. So it's a tough lesson learned last night. And I'm pretty sure all the other teams that are left going into the Super Bowl arena, going to the NFC and the Super Bowl arena. I know they all on their A games using the Lions as a perfect example that yes, we might on a winning streak or we might on here or we on a road. But we still gotta remember that somebody's out there trying to do better than us. Somebody's out there trying to work harder than us. Somebody's out there trying to do this and do that. So, I mean, these teams now are gonna pay keen attention to each other. They ain't gonna be playing. Their dice is gonna be rolling like you gotta get with it. You're not gonna be unlimited no more. You're gonna be limited. You know what I mean? Because our defeat really helping others. The boys went to bed. Thank you, Kenneth. The boys went to bed. Cause I don't think anyone is dangerous. Well, you never know yet, Con. Let's see, cause you see how they upset the Detroit Lion. They upset us real bad, but you know it's still love. You know what I mean? We have a lot written in history this year. But anyway, let me get back with my nosy self dropping reading the comment. So they say, thank God, thankfully, God's network offers an unlimited voice and data plan, and He has an app for every situation you will ever face. So, just like the communities that are farming are so, it's like an app, a spiritual app that people are learning now that in order for them to be out there and not struggling so much, they need to connect, they need to unify, they need to start us be themselves. Don't work up so much because you see somebody establish and you want to establish right there and then. He's just telling you that once you stay in your lane and be humble and be of good courage and be who you are, one day you can get to that place where your connection, your dot, your mark will always be there waiting for you, regardless of how you start. And since night I was battling between the turtle and putting up this, because when you see the turtle, and even though the turtle was so slow going, but the turtle never gave up. The turtle kept getting there until he get to the finish line. And many of us, we have to be reminded that things gonna happen, and see where it is. So who do you think they should look out for? All right. Again, Kenneth, you're asking Khan who you think they should look out for. For me, I'm gonna butt in myself in here and tell you. I don't even know, it's so tough. The problem with communication is no one listen to understand. They listen to reply. Hey, Khan, 100%. Because sometimes even with man, that's why I call myself always reinventing myself, because sometimes things can do happen because we just want to put our point across, and when somebody's saying something we just want to interrupt to get the point across. And I'm in that process learning that dialogue don't have to mean that I have to interrupt. Dialogue don't mean that I have to get my point across while somebody's trying to get their point across. I can always jot it down if it come to my mind, because sometimes things can be slipping and we just want to try to nit it in the bud real quick. But sometimes it's very important to take a step back, get notepads, and look at notes so we can jot things down when it comes to the mind. Because once you jot the keyword down that came to your thought, it's easier for you to navigate whatever you were going to say. Because sometimes it's the keyword you miss that build around. It's just like you have a subject and a predicate. And if the subject is missing, you just have the predicate. When you're talking about language and reading and all these things. Yeah, I was asking Khan who he thinks should we look out for. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with the Kansas City, so look out for them. But Khan said the Buffalo beat Baltimore. Really? Update me today, Khan. Update me today. Because today I was catching up with some content out there and everything. I think they had 2 games today played today, right? So update me on that there, Khan. And they were saying here, and the best part is that it is all free. And it is so true. Connection and communication and all these things, they're all free. It's just like the like button is free, the comment button is free, the subscribe button is free. So many things that are free, that are out there. All we need to do is just connect, as the twins would say, connect the right way. That's all we need to do, and then you gotta understand that everybody might not be on the same page as you, so they might not want to connect with you right there and then. Doesn't mean they have anything against you. They just, let's put it like this. You ever watch a shark show? And what they call it, Mr. Wonderful always say, you know what? I'm out. I don't think what you're offering me is enough, because I gotta put in all the work. I gotta get my team, and so I'm out. I'm out for now. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean he didn't want to support you, but when greediness come in the picture, he might say, you know what, it's okay. Because you're negotiating, and it's not going nowhere. Then he not getting what he want, and you not getting what you want. So you must say, you know what, this deal is over. Done. I'm not going back in, buddy, because you're tangling up yourself. Then you start cross thread yourself. Then you start twist things or so forth. They say if Baltimore beats Buffalo, Baltimore or KC will win. Okay. Okay, so you choose either or. Okay. Well, we'll have to see what's next. I hope and pray what's next. You know. So the plan is called prayer, and prayer is a beautiful thing. When we strengthen communities, we're not just strengthening because it's a community, but everything that we're building you have to build up on a solid foundation. If things are not building up on a solid foundation and it's just building because of ego, and a lot of people fail to understand your ego is a terrible thing. Your ego is a terrible thing. It will make you do things and regret it later. Well, it's gonna be Casey. Well, I'm with you, Carl, with that one. I'm with you. I'm with you because they've been consecutive when they go to the Super Bowl too. Last year they bought back to back title. So hopefully let me see if they can would they be tripling it, right? Why can't would they make a fourth dive down into that? Hopefully. Don't know. Even though it's a tough loss for the Lions, I mean it's a tough loss for the Lions, but guess what? We did good. We did excellent. We did things that no other team have ever done. So hats off to the Lions and big shout out to Dan Campbell. That's true. You just can't stay in one lane. That's true. That's true. Sometimes you gotta. That's why they say when safe to do so, switch one lane to the right, switch one lane over to the left. That's true, man. I don't like the team because they cheat. You say they cheat. Can they say they cheat? Oh my, I'm telling you, but it's always good to grow and learn. That's the only way. The errors, the mistakes, the bad signal, the bad turns, and all these things. That's what really, when you're learning, those are the things that set you back, are the things that are gonna help prepare you for growth, for transitioning into something beautiful, like the butterfly. The butterfly don't just become a butterfly. It's a stage. Stage of development is not even us. We become adults now. We're looking at ourselves, and then we can't stand the little kids sometimes. But then it's a stage. We went through that stage of life. We went through that same phase of life. The boys are doing good. We had a good time today where they were participating. I put up some shorts today and they all wanted to dance. And guys, when I tell you, I did not prep them for none of those things that they were doing today. I remember commenting on one of the videos. I said to my son, I'm proud of you. Because just to know that I was scrolling through YouTube, checking out everybody as much as I could today. And then I come across some shorts. Okay, when you watch short and then you scroll sometime, you see other new option available to you to check out. And I just find one of those things here, and they're trying to make like Tom Brady. Oh yeah. Oh, you saw the video of us dancing, yes, and everything. And I'm telling you, I didn't have to act. I didn't prep them for anything. They just came in and they were just following the music and doing what they need to do. Just like me, I was just trying to follow the music and do what it was doing. After I saw the video, then I said, okay, this is what they do. I said, okay, let me just try it. Because I like dancing from I was a kid. I just didn't get that opportunity to really excel in dancing because in my household when I was growing up with my parents, with my mom, not my parents, with my mom, they she didn't allow us to do those things. And even when I was adopted and go back home and my cousins from my adopted side were teaching me how to dance and everything, that still was not allowed. So I just give it up. So now I don't got no waistline. I just got fast pace. Run left the music. I just got where I run left the music. Anyway, let's get back to this unlimited voice data plan here and see what this book is saying here about it. So they say, just as communication is an essential part of the human experience, prayer is an essential part of the life of a Christian. Well, I'm not yet a Christian, but I'm a strong believer in God. You know, I grew up in church all the day. God is a personal God. He's interested in every detail of your life. Here they say every detail of your life, not just one aspect, but every single detail. whether it's fine tuned or fine tuned not, he's interested. He wants you as his child to get to know him in a personal way. Through prayer, you have unlimited access to the only one in the universe that actually knows everything about everything. There is no question you will ever have and no problem you will ever face that God does not have the answer to. And so many times we're going through things and we think we're battling things alone. We're not. We're struggling with this, we're struggling with that, and we just up and say we are battling things by ourselves. We're not. God said, I saw your youngest son find a country on your globe earlier. Then he started shouting at it. Oh, your world globe. Oh, yes, they're hilarious, man. They're so hilarious. They just get on my nerves sometimes. When anybody raised by a single parent, you know, you don't get much break from nothing. So sometimes you might see somebody and say, "Oh, everything is fun, everything is this." Yes, that's just that part. But sometimes things get overwhelmed at times. But a good thing I like is the fact that if I'm not feeling too well, I'm not afraid to shout it out to my kids. If I need my mommy moment, I'm not afraid to let my kids know. Mommy need a moment. Because one thing with me, they always come in and check in on me. Mommy, are you okay? Or they come and give me a hug. Or like since Evelyn, the little one, spilled the beer, spilled the Malta on my couch, and I get at him, and he said, "Mommy, I'm sorry, Mama," and he just come over and he give me a big hug. Hey, have you talked to my beautiful queen or Phoenix? I was on Phoenix. I was on Phoenix live when was it yesterday or earlier? One of these things. I was on one, but I talked to Cynthia. I think Friday. I think Friday, because she was supposed to come down here to visit that place that I was showing, but she never get to come. She was gonna check her car out down that side. God say God is always there, even if you don't feel Him. And that's true, and that's true. But God always in the midst, for true, for sure, for sure, for sure. God is good all the time. Because many times as a single person with children, when you by yourself and you're going through so much, and as Khan would say, God is always there even when you don't think like that. And even here, and they say God is a personal God and He's interested in every detail of your life. He wants you as His child to know Him in a personal way, and that's a good thing when you can get to Him and know Him for yourself, not just hear about Him but know Him for yourself. And that's the only way we can connect sometimes the dots of what we're faced with, what we're going through. What I mean, like since night before my kids go to bed, I went in there, I pray with them, and just anoint them, like they and everything, cover them, because with all the hustle and bustle, when they up and running and everything, now they're about to get some rest. Bless them, cover them, and ask God for redirection to steer them. Tomorrow they get up a new person. Me get up tomorrow being a brand new person, feeling blessed, feeling loved, feeling grateful, being thankful for life. I mean, many people don't have no life. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was under the weather the last couple of days. So Carl said it's COVID. Can't get it at you today, Kenneth. Corn is sure getting at you tonight, Corn. So yes, man, I'm telling you that COVID. And you know what's so funny about that, Corn? When COVID was going around, the youngest person in my household at the time caught COVID. Me nor my big son did not get it at all. But the youngest person, we had symptoms that felt like we had it, but then we didn't even know what was COVID. By the way, up till now we still don't know what is COVID, because COVID was similar to the flu. But when we tested, we did not have it. But the youngest baby had it. It was so horrible. I felt it for him. He act like he was about to pass away. I'm telling you, that poor little baby, he was so young at the time, and his poor little stomach was just going like this. Like when plane about to drop and come back up. I'm telling you, it was so stressful. But we got over it. We got over it. And me and my son was in the house and everything. And I remember one day I said, God, why you didn't give it to me instead of my son, the youngest baby, youngest one. But God is good all the time. Because if He had given it to me and something to happen to me, who would have taken care of the kids? So when you look at life, sometime, he already know who we are, and He already know if He should take me out the world right now. He already mapped my life out for me already. So He probably had to just pass it down to some, I don't know, because I don't know, but God, I just can say I'm thankful and I'm grateful. He's here. He's a big boy now. He's 3 years old now. From I think six, when he was 6 months, he got it. Come on, now, such a young baby, man. You know what I mean? So it just goes to show that when they say nothing is partial in life, nothing at all. No, my heart was doing 180 beats per minute because I have okay in my chest because I suffer from, wow. Kenneth, sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. But that COVID, I can't tell anybody. If you never caught it before, don't try to catch it because that ain't no joke. That thing look like it lock off a lot of people windpipe. That thing ain't no joke. And it's so funny. When my son caught COVID, I think we all had vaccinated. That's the funny part. We all was vaccinated, get boosted and everything. And that's one of the things I was so happy for. When I was going into the hospital to have the baby, they said, make sure if you're pregnant and gonna have baby, make sure you get those vaccine up and everything. I went and got all of mine, and God is so good because somebody was in the hospital with me delivering baby too, and she never make it. She delivered the baby, but she never make it. So it just goes to show how good God is when you take heed. When you take heed of things, whether it happen or not, you see a better outcome as opposed to you being stubborn sometimes. Oh well, that's good. That's good, and that's a good part of life. When we come out on the other side, we have a story to tell, and it's beautiful because you're alive, you're well, you're still afloat. You know, it's still afloat. And he said, there is no question you will ever have, and no problem you will ever face that God does not have an answer to. And we all know that. He have an answer for everything. But some of the things we asking Him for, because it's not asking correctly, we're not gonna get it right there. Hey James, how are you? Hello, how are you? Morning, morning in Kenya. Big shout out to Africa. Africa is a continent family, and they is in Kenya. Kenya is one of the country over there. My dear friend, I'm watching from Kenya. I know you're hard at work. Did you do any work today, James? How are you? Kenya say, yeah, thank God for that. Yes, man, we all have to give God thanks and praise. Did you build anything today, James? How are you? If you will commit to prayer every day before long, you will begin to discover God's will for your life. You will also begin to experience the comfort and peace His presence provides you as you accept His invitation to come into His presence. You know, and life is something else sometimes. It is something else. But once we stay true to ourselves and stay prayed up and never lose hope, never lose faith, we can always get there. Sometimes it may be slow, we might be like a turtle getting there, but we keep crawling and we will get there because they said the race is not for the swift. It's those who can endure. And many times we want to endure because we see our friend over here enduring, our sister over here enduring, our brother over there enduring. We want to endure at the same time, but that's not how life works. That's not how life works. Even going to schools, going to college, going to university, wherever you're going to, and you may have a class of 50 kids in there, or how many kids, I'm exaggerating now, but you can still do have those amount. And all of you not gonna endure at the same time, even though you're there at the same time. Even though you go there within the same batch. Doesn't mean all of you gonna come out the same, and doesn't mean all of you gonna endure the same. Doesn't mean all of you gonna have the same PhD. Some of you gonna have upper upper this, lower this, 4 point this, 4 point, 3 point this, 2 point this, or so forth, so mix it up. Because I don't know what to say to that, Kenneth, but thank God he brought you to. Amen. Amen. That's, yeah, of course you said something. You said, thank God he brought you to that. So sometimes you don't know what to say, but Karen, you just said it. You said, thank God he brought you to that. That's exactly what you said to him. Yeah, you said, thank God, because that's all we have to do. We have to be thankful. When God brought us to a situation and we come out on the other side stronger and better and ready to keep going, thank God he brought you through it. So, yes, brought you out of it. James, say hello to my brother. So, James is over here from Kenya. He's saying hello to everyone on the live here. So, say hello, guys. And he have a channel as well. You guys can check him out. He do mesa work and stuff like. Is it mesa work you do where you do building construction and stuff like that? James? Can they say I appreciate that, Con, my friend? Yes, yes, man. Con. I was thinking today, right? You remember when they said we have famine and they use the corn to supply all our needs? That's why you see corn is a powerful thing in this world. Corn, even though your name suggests corn, but it's really a powerful thing. When they said when they had the famine and everything, and the corn was used to supply so many needs. And corn, when I look and see what you're doing to so many of us, going here and going there, stopping here, stopping there, driving here, you know driving here, driving there, stopping here, stopping there, running here, running there. I'm telling you, man, God bless your heart. God bless your heart. And I'm telling you, brother, we be running race all day, Double C Wayne, right? We be running race all day. I'm telling you, all day today we be catching up with so many people today. I'm telling you, man. So I want to say a big shout out to Double C Wayne, right? Blessings to you. And they said, oh, WC gonna have his birthday coming up. What, January 22? Is that correct? Me, Wayne C here. Your birthday is gonna be January 22. So we want to say a big shout out to you and happy birthday for those see you on that day. Big shout out to you. We only can say many more life, long life, health and strength. That's all we can hope for, because we don't know what tomorrow is gonna promise to any of us. We are here today and we don't know what tomorrow is gonna look like. You know, we're probably singing Adele's song in a different light. Hello from the other side. We don't know what tomorrow gonna look like, and that's one thing. When we are here now, we have to be thankful. We have to be thankful and grateful and appreciate everything that come as a lesson in our life, because those lessons is what gonna propel us to the next level. Those lessons is what's gonna transform us. Those lessons is what's gonna really take us up from where we were to where we are now. And as the songwriter say, he always come through, so he always come through for us. As the songwriter say, look at where we are now. He's always come through, you know. Don't say that I have a dream that I can fly away. And I'm on my own for a minute. Is it me? Is it you? Searching for the right place to begin it. It's a beautiful song. It's by Tone and I, Fly Away. I love that song, and you have the beat and all these things. Just keep the spirit alive. You know what I mean? And that's all we need. Just to keep our spirit alive, our sanctuary, our environment, where we live, safe and sound. Even just in your house. Sometimes you're in the house, nobody bothering you, nobody harassing you or anything. But sometimes we can be our own sin, because we have internal issues going on, and then we buckle it out on anything, whether like if children are in your way or anybody else are in your way. I mean, there's so many things. Yes, so I will be 66. I spend all day on everybody's live. Corn, what's up? Yes, WC, were you live today? Because I haven't seen any notification for you today to say you went live. Can it say ain't no stopping us now? Yes, ain't no stopping us now. And that's a song too. Ain't no stopping us. James said, I'm very happy to join this channel, my dear friend. May the Lord bless you. Yes, James. Yes, yes. Likewise as well to you, and continue to do what you're doing. Transition will come one day. Who knows? Maybe one day you can become one of the biggest person in what you're doing. Because that's a skill that you gain right there, that you're doing, that people always gonna need, because people always building, people always doing something, and those skills will never go away. You know what I mean? When certain things go away, those skills will never go away because those skills are solid, solid skills. Those. Kenneth said, "When is your birthday, WC?" That is January 22nd, 22. Live, I mean, hello, Kenneth. Oh, okay. That's all right. That's all right. So he always come true for us, and we have to just give him thanks and praise, you know? We're basically saying that when we talk about unlimited voice and data plan is just to have a connection with our God, you know. In everything we do before we say anything else, we have to have connection with our Jesus, our Father, whichever way you call him, you know. We have to have that connection with him. And then they have one here say, who's in your circle? Let's read this one here. This title say, who is in your circle? Let's see what they're talking about here. You know, but mostly this one is more of a spiritual being when they're talking about who's in your circle. So they say when you accepted the call to follow Jesus, you join his circle as a disciple, and the course of your life changed forever. You are now on the road to a future that is brighter and more fulfilling than anything you can imagine. And you know, who's in our circle? I'm just gonna deviate a little bit from the Christianity part of it and just look up and just look at it. Okay. Capricorn in the house. Yes, Capricorn in the house. Who is in your circle? And that's another thing we have to start to pay attention to. Who is in our circle? What are their purpose in the circle? What are how is it benefiting you while they're there in your circle? How are we growing? How are we developing? Are we strengthening each other? Or are we just being selfish for our own good? You know, what are we trying to accomplish while with the people in our circle? You know, are we playing these people? Are we pretend to be a person who we are not? Are we pretending to say we are real when we are not real? So there's so many things when you look at circle, even though they're looking at the spiritual aspect here. But since we're on YouTube and we are having so many different circles that we're going in, we're running day in, day out. Who is in your circle will tell. But sometimes you can't tell. It's like sometimes you don't see nothing coming until it comes. You don't see who is in your circle until something happened. You don't know who is in your circle until the realness have to come out. Then you're like, hold on a minute. Who is these people? Where are they from? You know what I mean? But once you stay true to yourself and know yourself, those circles of people that will be there for you will never go away. You know, like they said, a good education will never depart, and that's so true. No matter where you go, a good education will never derail. Same thing with life. Once you know your circle, and sometimes you have them and you don't know them. Because I like to use this word now, it's called sweet manipulation, where you have a lot of people know how to brainwash people into believing that they're real until they get to the end. Then you realize this all was a story that was fabricated so that the love of them can be shown and then the rest of them is hidden. It's like I'm talking to you right now, and if I should turn my camera around, you see all the hidden drunks to one side, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So we have to be very careful of how we form of knowing how our circle is not about evil farming, because you will always farm something. You just got to be careful of how know the people that are going to be in that circle, how genuine they are, how real they are, how authentic they are. And sometimes it's very hard to sift through them because a lot of people are very good at masking exactly who they are. And sometimes when you find them out, it's too late. So you have to be very careful. It's as the founder of the tribe of this thriving tribe, I want us all to like you and I, Queen and Corn and somebody here say here to support others as much as you can. Yes, yes. Support is always very important. But one thing they say you gotta give to receive too. Because you can't expect one person to always pouring into you day in, day out, and the only time you pour back, is when you see them. No, you gotta pour into people even when they're not there. You know what I mean? You have to pour into people even when they're not there, so they know you're there. You're reaching out. You care. You appreciate them. You know, not being one sided. You gotta pour into people. Me, I pour into people whether they're there or not. Even today, I was looking at someone, and I was like, I haven't seen this person in so long. You know, your mind ever run on somebody you always constantly see, and you haven't seen them in a while. My mind always constantly praying for these people. I hope they're all right. I hope they're in good health and every little thing, because they were constantly there. But because I haven't seen them, doesn't mean they might not be there. I need to go constantly check them out. You know, to keep abreast of what's going on and make sure everything is good. Because genuine people, you don't need no cement, and you don't need no concrete, because you're genuine. All you need is the foundation, and you're going. And you get there when you get there. You know what I mean? So, and that's why it's very important to pay attention to our circle. And through our circle, we can see a lot of things too. You can see a lot of things that probably being on your own you would never see. But we still gotta be careful, because manipulation is very sweet. And a lot of us been through manipulation, where things was hidden to us until we were blindsided. So we have to be very careful of those things. You say, I want to say good night to everyone because I'm about to go to bed and get some sleep. You are. Yes, Connie, thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much. You know, if you got to get rest, people, I always say your rest is very important. I know I come on late at night, but they always have a button called REPLAY, replay. You can always go replay something once it's posted and you want to support. You know what I mean? So don't cut your eyes up because Resilient Queen is on. I would love for you to do so, but at the same time, I am very considerate because I know when I gotta sleep, I'm not afraid to go to sleep. Anyway, Karen said your circle should be those who are proud of having you, scared to lose you, fight for you, appreciate you, respect you, care for you, and love you. This is 100% what we're talking about here. Let's ping this right up top there. Because you know, sometimes we're there and we're not realizing what is going on. We're not realizing, you know. But sometimes you form circles, and when the circle is new and everything, you have to be deciphering, sieving through to learn these things. Yes, Kenneth. Queen said it is right. January 22nd. Okay. Yes. You know what I mean? And then one thing I'm grappled with, and I want to say, but I don't know if I should say it. I probably left that alone. I left that alone. I just pray about that one. You know what I mean? Because greed sweet. I won't say what I was gonna say, but I'm just gonna say greed is very sweet for some people. It is so sweet that anything they will do to get whatever, they will do it. If it means take somebody head off, they will do it. It can't be that way, people. Cannot be that way. And you can't always be one sided. It's like every day you want somebody to go right in their pocket and take out this and take out this every day and give it to you. But how much actually you ever take out and give to that person? How much you literally ever take out and give to that person? Nothing. When you do take something out and give to them, it's because you run right into them. Because they were checking you out. Then you'll come like you were there. No. Genuine people will always be there. They don't go nowhere. They might not be on up in your face every day, but they will always be there. But some people always want you to take out, take out. Here you go, here you go, here you go. But how much actually you pour into somebody else? You know, if YouTube didn't hide a lot of stuff, a lot of you would be so ashamed of some people. And that's the honest truth. If YouTube didn't hide certain things, I won't tell you what it is. But if YouTube didn't hide a lot of stuff, some of you would be ashamed of yourself. But because of growth and development, you do what is best for you. But stop expect people to always pour into you and you will never pour into them. That's greed. What do you think that is? You think that's a community? No, that's greed. It's like the greedy dog and the bone. Anybody ever read that storybook? I read it when I was a kid growing up. The greedy dog and the bone. He saw the bone as a reflection in the water, and the bone was bigger because he looking at the reflection of the bone. He was carried in his mouth. And when he saw that bone in the water, what did he do? He dropped his bone in the water to go get the bone. Because of greed, the greedy dog and the bone. That was the name of the story, the greedy dog and the bone. He literally was carrying the bone, saw the reflection of the bone in the water, and what did he do? He dropped his bone and go into that water for that bone, and guess what? He came out with nothing. And that's why it's easier to get fast this, fast that, and it's also easy to lose it. So we have to be very careful. Yes, and Wainwright said, W.C. Wainwright said exactly right, Con. What Con was saying here. Oh, thank God for you, Queen Kenneth said, okay. Oh, yes, what Con was saying to, oh, you were alluding to that, okay. And Wainwright said, maybe 3 or 4 times me and Queen bump into each other just today, and it happened all the time, Queen. Yes, we bump into each other a lot today, for sure. W.C. Wainwright said, Con, you and I bump into each other at least twice today. And this is the third time in Con. When I tell you, man, if an award is out there for support right now from whence it came, I'm telling you, Con, you will get it. You will get it. And right now, Con, I'm telling you, if you were supposed to decide to say you're going to farm a channel, whether it is a faceless channel or whatever, I would support you 1,000%. Not 100, 1,000%. Because the fact that you don't know me, you probably seen me on other community channels or something that you see, we all affiliate with or something. We say affiliate with. And you can come and stop by, not as a content creator, but as a person who just individually want to help somebody, want to support somebody. It's a miracle, man. It's a miracle because it's hard out here, as Charity Jones would say. It's hard out here for a temp when you're trying to make the money for the rent. But when you see people like you, Con, that just go and bless so many platforms, whether you're in here for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, it doesn't matter. 1 minute, it doesn't even matter. But just the fact that you just bless God, God bless your heart, man. I don't know it, but I'm telling you from now, God bless your heart, man. Keep doing the job you're doing. One day you will earn a reward. One day you will. Because it's not easy when you see somebody just get up, not a content creator, and supporting somebody, and some of the people who you support day in, day out, they don't even care to support you. And somebody just get up, they don't have a channel, and they just literally support you with no strings attached. I'm telling you, you're a blessing. You're a blessing. I'm not saying that you don't have good people out there, but when you see somebody just bless so many other people, it's like that's their way of giving back. Because sometimes you might not have the wherewithal to give to people, but just lending as some support, favor for 1 minute, 2 minutes, you hover that minute, 30 seconds or whatever it is. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. As well as to the public, the private people too, that are not yet subscribed, or not yet commenting, or not yet sharing, or not yet liking or anything, and they still take their little time up to say, let me check on Resilient Queen over here. They probably scrolling by, because many times I scroll and see people on, because sometimes the notification on, but it's not fully notified, where you get notified to all notification when they do anything. So sometimes that's another hustle. You might not see when some people are, but to all those people too, for stopping by and view and watch and everything, you have to give it up to them. And then also to the subscribers, the loyal subscribers that subscribe to the channel, and they just here just want to support. If it for 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, everything's add up by the day. Just like penny, your penny going all the way up, but all that adds up, you know. He said it is good to be there as a friend, but sometimes that friend won't be as good as you are to them. And that's okay because everybody can't be as good of a person as you, and you can't expect them to be. Yes, 100%. You know what I mean? 100%. But you know what too? We're still getting our blessing, because the blessing that we're gonna get is come from the Lord. The blessing that we are gonna receive, it don't come from mankind, it come from the Lord. The blessing of the Lord. So when we see things, sometimes it's a way of shedding some things, to let go of some things, so that we can the doors that need to be open can be open, so the blessing can be received. You know what I mean? This world has every kind of person, only one God on the throne. We can't decide what makes of a person. Can only decide how we want to be as a people, as people. So true, so true. We just gotta keep going as well too. We can't give up, you know. As the songwriter said, we came from too far to give up. We can't give up now. And he dropped the bone in his mouth to get the bone in the water, and there was no bone in the water. That's the funny part. So sometimes, sometimes we lose our soul just to get over there. And when we realize over there is nothing. You know what? Today I was scrolling through YouTube to make sure that some people you might not remember or anything, 'cause you might not yet subscribe to them yet or anything. And I saw this article, and I was laughing where this, well, I was laughing but not laughing at the person, because I'm saying how life is funny. And the person was saying, I I left my husband to go have an affair with somebody else, and I regret the day I left my husband. And I was laughing because I'm saying, if you have a good person around you, why would you leave that person? It's the only time you leave somebody is when they're toxic to you. You have good people around you. There's no need to diss them because you think the bone over this side is better than the bone you got. Then when you go over there, you realize the bone is all a reflection. Then you're gonna have to drop that bone to come back to the real bone. Because one thing in life is you don't want to live with regrets. Yeah, you don't want to constantly making all these terrible mistakes to live with them, but they do happen. So it just remind me of the dog and the greedy bone again. You know. And then I was on someone else live earlier, and the person was saying that, well, actually, I was reading this book to my son. It's called the Gingerbread Man, where the lady had baked him in the oven. And when he baked him in the oven, the cookie came out, and we were lady ready to take him out the oven. It's a very good book too. It just tell you how you gotta be careful. Trust no one. Trust no one. And the cookie jump out of the oven and start running. So the lady start going after the cookie. And when the lady start going after the cookie, the cookie say, "You're not catching me today. Nobody gonna have me for no dinner." Because the lady baked him for dinner. And he said, "Nope, you ain't eating me today." All the animals joined in as the lady ran down the street, or the pathway that they had. It wasn't a road, it was a pathway, like a track. And they were all running after him. Then the lady husband said, "Honey, why are you running like that?" He said, "No, I just baked my cookie," and the cookie running away. The cookie said, "You ain't catch me right now." And they both were running down. Then the animals all joined in, the chicken, everything. And the gingerbread man said, "You ain't catching me today." And just when, let me wrap it up shortly. And just when he kept running, and then he gets to some water, he saw a fox sitting. I think the fox was sitting under a tree, and he wanted to get cross. And the fox, I think either the fox said something to him, or he said something to the fox, and he said, "You won't eat me." And the fox said, "Oh no, why would I eat such a thing?" Like, the fox was rude. The fox said, "Why would I eat such a thing?" "Oh no, you're too small," something like that. The fox was telling him. And the gingerbread man said, "You sure?" The gingerbread cookie said, "You sure you're not gonna eat me?" Fox said, "Oh no, me no." I was like, he had a little attitude like, "No, I would not." "You sure?" "Yeah." And he said, well, please, I need to get across the water because he had to swim across. But if he go in the water, he would all be soaked away. Because, it's baked cookie. When you put cookie in water, it start to spread away, soaked. And then it's no longer remain the same way. And I'm telling you, as soon as that fox was almost close to the end of the water, the fox told the cookie man, get on my back, sit on my back. And the cookie man said, okay. And each time the fox get closer to crossing the gingerbread man over to the other side, he said, all right, come look closer. You're not sitting properly right up here. Come look closer. Then the fox said again, oh, no, 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 come to my neck. Right up here. And when the fox needed to go cross the water, he said, sit on my nose. Yes, come down a little further. And by the time that poor gingerbread man thought the fox was gonna put him across, that gingerbread man was in that fox mode long time. And the gingerbread man said, you think I would use the same approach like whatever, or like you basically say what all the other fool use? No, I want to catch you. So I have to gain your trust. And that's why I call life sweet manipulation now, because a lot of things will be sweet to you and you'll be loving it, but in the end it can become disastrous to you. And that's why choosing your circle, you have to learn how to unlock those doors for yourself. Not just because somebody unlocked the door for you, you have to learn to unlock them for yourself. Same way you can lock your door, you gotta learn to unlock it for yourself. Because if you don't, you don't know what's at the end, that everybody have an ulterior motive of doing something. You don't know what's at the end of that tunnel for you. And that's why you have to stay true to yourself. Because when you stay true to yourself, you will see things that would never be unfold to you right there and then in front of people's eyes, because everybody will brainwash you. Life is a circle and it's go around 360, so you have to fight. You have to fight. And that's a very old story, but they still have it reading in the book right now. Yes, very old story. I'm not that old, but I think I would have been around a lot of time. I heard that so many times, and it's very true in story form. Yes, in story form. Yeah, and it's a very good little book for the kids because it's exciting. It's teaching you about running. Because when you're looking at things, it's all about interpretation. Your interpretation of things. Something can be said out of context, but it's the way in which you interpret it will make it out, everything out of context or within context. So everything scroll down to how you do things. You know what I mean? Everything. And then the circle of life is always gonna keep going around. It's always gonna keep going around. There's no way to go around the circle of life. It's always gonna go around. What goes up must come down. What goes around must comes around. Like they had a song when I was younger, they say, what goes up must come down, what goes around must come down. So everything that you see going around will come around. Yes, a lot of people make this mistake. The grass looks always greener on the other side. No, baby, you gotta stay true to yourself. That's the only way to know. That's why I respect the pastors that tell you, even though you will come to church and you will hear me read the Bible to you guys or preach to you about the interpretation of this or that, you still have to figure out, you still have to let that Bible be your friend. You got to read it for yourself, because anybody can come and tell you anything, and you're so naive to things that you swallow everything, not realizing that you need to learn for yourself. And a lot of people have this saying, like, what, let me give you this story. I remember when I was much younger, I used to work in a supermarket. And while going to school, I used to work into a supermarket. I used to be one of the meat production manager there. We do meat and stuff. Get people out of the way quick and fast. We don't play. That's one of the job I used to do as a young child, young person. And when I was leaving that job, I remember someone was saying, "Why are you leaving? I know you because we were good friends, and we were. When you have some good friends at work, you could talk to about things that you're going through or the challenges you're faced with." And I remember one of the persons said to me, "Why are you leaving now? Don't you remember that you need that money because you're gonna go here?" I was about to travel too, and everything. And I said, no, I had enough now. Time to go. I go up to the boss and I tell him, can I have my bag? And he gave me my bag and everything. And the person was saying, I wish I could have leave like you. I said, why you say that? He said, I can't leave because if I leave, and that stuck with me till this day. He said, if I leave, I can't read to understand certain things. So that's why I'm still here. And I remember I had a sharp mouth at that point. And I turned to the person and said, let me ask you something. So because you cannot read or write, you're gonna stuck here and be treated bad. Is that your way to stuck in something that you're unhappy? No, 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 but I said, but what? You gotta learn to take a leap of faith. If you don't take something, you will never know what you could do out there. Sometimes it's all about swimming. Even if you can actually swim, learn to swim. I like to say, when I was in school, I used to like to say, I rather stay afloat. Afloat. We gotta learn to stay afloat. Because the moment you can't stay afloat, you are in trouble. Because you're going to think that you always need this person, you always need this person. And when you keep telling yourself that, that's why a lot of us are being in the situation we're in, because we keep looking back. Oh, we can't this, we can't that. Oh, I can't run, I can't hop, I can't skip, I can't walk, I can't hop, I can't. You keep saying all of those things and then you're happy in what you're not happy with. How is that balancing? Because you're happy in what you're not happy in? That's not balance. That's headache. That's pain. That's depression. That's anxiety. That's all the things that you were trying to run from. You run into. It's like you're trying to run away from the popo, and when you go around the corner, they already have backup around there waiting for you. Are you trying to run? Might as well you stand up. Face your fears. Find someone that willing to take up a book and help you read. Find someone that willing to guide you along the way. We all out here, we're all not selfish. You have people that literally will drive you there and guide you there. Right now, I even have content creators that I see on here. If you ask them a question or so, whether male or female, and you ask them something, they will literally answer you or even turn their screen around just to show you. Even if they don't go great in depth with anything, they will literally turn their screen around just to show you things. So it just goes to show that when we sit down and say we can't do this or we can't do that, and that's why communication is important. Because we sit here and we want the help and we're afraid to walk out your fears. There's no need for you to sit down in something that making you uncomfortable. How is that balancing? How is that striking a balance? How is that you're happy? No. If you take a leap of faith, you will realize that the things that were out there for you were waiting for you. But because you refused to take that leap of faith, it had given to somebody else. It's like when you have you ever been in a line and you couldn't wait? You were like, say, 7 people ahead of you, for example. But the places you go, they were taking their stingy little time. They were like a little turtle. They didn't even care how cold outside is. They just like a little turtle, taking their own little time to do what they gotta do because they know that they got the blade and you got the handle. And in order for that, for you to cut with anything, you need the blade. Yeah. So they will take their own little time and to run some of we out of patient. Because sometimes we don't got no patient. And then they run us out of patient. Where we at the point where we start get mad or we start cursing, we start get angry. We probably get in it with somebody that we weren't supposed to. But because we run out of patience, we get frustrated. You can't think clearly. And then what happened? So we gotta think. So I tell you, say, and when I told that young man that, I remember before I migrate, I saw him. I say, "Where you at now? Are you still at the same place?" He said, "No, I get something else." He said, "Thank you." I had another young lady. She was there at the time while I was there too. And these are true stories, people. I just not calling nobody name. And I had another young lady too. She had one son, and she was there working for years. There was another girl working there for years, but she had passed. but she was there working for years. And when I left out of that place, guys, I remember I went to the Bahamas, came back, and then I went straight to Cosmo School. Yes, I went to cosmetology school. And I was in my uniform, but my uniform would make me look like I was a nurse when I was not a nurse. But it's just a uniform we had to wear for the cosmetology school that I was going to. And I went right back in there because we didn't have no, you know, just I went back in there because I shop in there, and I went back in there and I shop and everything. And I remember the young lady saw me, and at the time the young lady was still there, the guy was still there too. And the young lady said to me, "You look nice. Where are you? What are you doing? You're a nurse now?" Even the boss asked me, "Are you a nurse?" I said, "No," because I had on blue and white, but he looked like I'm a nurse. I said, "No, I'm not a nurse." And he said, yes, like, hold on the WC." And he said, because sometime I lost my train of thought. And he said, "Are you a nurse?" I said, "No." And I told a young lady, sister, she called me one side. And she said, "So what are you doing now?" And I told her, I said, "I'm going to Cosmo School, everything." And she said, "Oh, that's nice. Is it hard?" Because my brain probably get old now. I said, "No, you can even learn it. And if you want, I can teach you too." Because I'm more of the theory, guys. I'm the theory kind of person. I can do here and everything, but I'm the theory kind of person. Because I've always want to be a teacher. So I will teach you this stuff once I learn it. Yes, once I master something, you don't even have to worry. Everywhere I go and I try to teach something, you don't have, once I master it though, there's a difference between mastering something and not mastering it. Then you won't be the best one to execute something. You know what I mean? So the difference is there. And I told her, I said, "I will help you check it out for you, everything." And then she checked it out, and then the one that I was going to, I told her that one wasn't the biggest one because they were going out of business because of some stuff they were doing or whatever. So I said, "I heard that they have another center. We have a woman center back home." And I told her about it. I said, "I heard they do stuff like that down there." And she went there. She running her own place now. Cutting hair, do it. I said, "Girl, look at you." So when God is working, my love. Don't be out there sitting on, "Oh, I can't read. I can And you are telling yourself you can't do nothing. But if you literally pick the book up and you say, ah, oh, you're going to learn something. You just got to listen to them. You're going to learn something. And Google is so beautiful. Now you have audios. Thank God for audio. You think when we were growing up, we had audio? Only audio we have was our mouth. Shut up. So everything is at fingertip now. So there's no way for us to say that we can't do this and we can't do that. When Wright was saying, yes, the pony affect, it swings to the right and then back again to the left. One day chicken you are going to get, the next day feather. Oh yes, oh yes, stages of development. Oh yes. Yes, you got that right. The Bible is full of wisdom if you learn to interpret it correctly. Oh, yes. And now they have the new way of, they have the specific book now that you can use when you read a Bible verse or something you don't understand the scripture, that you can, I forgot what it called. What is it called? In something or another. I forgot what the name of it called, that you can go literally use to interpret the scriptures because the pastors them use it too. I just forgot the name of the acronym. I don't remember the name of the acronym. So I could have told you. So you can use it too. And a matter of fact, if you type in a scripture on Google and you don't understand it's scripture, if you try to scroll back down to the different segment, you probably see the book that they tell you that is a good book you can use to interpret this stuff, interpret what the scripture is saying, so that you can have a better understanding. So don't give up. Don't use your, I would call it, don't use your disability as a way of giving up, or as a way of telling yourself you can't. Yes, the disability will be there, but just look at how many people are using their disability to their advantage and not to their disadvantage. So we have to learn to tell ourselves is what we put out there with our tongue. Our tongue is a very powerful thing. It's okay to vent if you're not feeling too well or you're not happy about something. Nothing wrong with that. because sometimes that is needed so you can make the necessary adjustment for you to move to the next level. It's very important, you know what I mean? That's the only way you're gonna get the relief that you need sometimes. Cause pent up anger only lead you to more destruction. Have you ever been pent up? Have you ever been backed up? Have you ever been clogged? So you know how that pain feel. You know the stress you had to go through. You know everything that you have to face. Sometimes cold sweat washing you because you're so backed up. You're so clogged. You need to get away. You can't even eat. You can't even drink nothing because there's no room for it. And you have to get rid of those waste until and then things can start happening to you and you're ready again. You're back on track. So don't look at your way of life because you're at point A and you're struggling at point A. We all struggle with something. You think there's an hourglass out there? Give me one when you find that hourglass, okay? Mail me one and call it anonymous hourglass. When you find an hourglass out there, that means you have no problem, nothing. You give me one. It's like buying a used car, and even though you look at the outside and the interior, and it looks so good, it look like it don't got no problem, but deep down inside the hollow, and you would never know that car is hollow until you start driving. It beautiful on the outside, look good. That's my dream car. No problem. Till you listen to the news, sometimes you hear always have a recall, and then you start driving, and then when you start driving, you look okay. Within less than a month, you at the shop. Because when you buy the car, sometimes they tell you it's sell as it is. Because they don't want you know the hidden facts of the car sometimes. If you don't use Carfax to check nothing, then you're just one of them, you know? So it's life. But what you're gonna do after you spend your money? You're gonna sit down and do well, or you're gonna try to find solution. But nothing wrong with you venting if you're not feeling too right about something. It is natural. You have to get those solid, get those toxic out your system. Because if you don't, guys, we will get up every day and all we're gonna do is look like two grumpy fowl sitting down. Why she come to work looking mad? Why she come to work looking like somebody kick her to the side last night? Why he looks like that? You know what I mean? And then everybody are trying to get all up in your business to figure out, oh, he just got dumped. Oh, she just got dumped. Sometimes it's none of that. It's you dumping your own self. Sometimes it don't have nothing to do with nobody else. You ever hear they talk about you and the environment? You and yourself? You against the world? So, you have things where you're going to be you and you. And you're going to have things where you're going to be this and this. And then you have some people who put you on a pedestal, put you into a box because you speak up or things don't sit well with you and you talk about it. Then they say, oh, this person is this person is that. No, brother. It's because you're toxic. That's why you know somebody else is. Because they take one to know the other. So when somebody venting, it's because they're paying attention. People do pay attention. So you don't try to box somebody in like you think you know because you over here looking like you on an honor roll. You can come off the honor roll. We have seen so many rise and we have seen them fall. But one thing is never gonna be fall is when you are genuine, loyal, honest, and go about daily life with God and never give up. Along with other things, it's not just these factors alone. Because there are so many factors out there that can contribute to growth, and there's so many things that can contribute to your downfall in life. The same things that push you up can push you down too, and that's one thing we have to realize. Anything they say, if you live by this, that's what happened to you. Live by that, that's what happened to you. You know what I mean? So there are several things out there, but we have to learn to make use of the resources around us. Stop put ourselves in a box. We can't this or we can't that. And I can tell you for myself, I ain't just talking off the bat. like I want to talk. I can tell you for myself, you know what I mean? That the challenge of life is never easy. But when you get there, ooh, you will see the beauty. Huh? It's just like a butterfly. It didn't just become a butterfly. Go through the stages. So if something don't sit well with you, point it out. Point it out. Because a lot of times people expect you to be a certain way. That doesn't mean you're not knowledgeable. That doesn't mean you're not educated. That doesn't mean you don't understand things around you. That doesn't mean you're foolish. That doesn't mean you're not wise. But if you need to blow things off, blow it off. It's just a way to blow things off without have to be yelling and carry on. Carry on with your family. You don't need to carry on with the world. Because they still don't gonna care. That's the beauty. They're not gonna care. You know what I mean? They are not. And then you have some people, I call them parasite. They want to give you all and they will never give you nothing in return. Parasites. And then you have people who are crabs in barrel, and I call them sweet manipulations because they're very sweet. And you will know them. If you pay attention, you will know them. You don't even have to call their name. You can see them. You can smell them because they're at a distance. But you pay attention and you will learn them. Same way they're learning you and telling the world, the same way you're learning them. You're just telling it to yourself to pay attention. Yes. Yes, you know what I mean? You have to pay attention. There's, nothing wrong with people doing what they're doing. But sometimes when you see people start do things using the tactics, the manipulation farms and using it to do so many things. Yes, I got you. I got you. I using the tactics and the manipulation, the antics and the gimmicks and so forth, and then they use it in a sweet little way to throw people off, to think people don't understand what they're trying to do or what they're trying to accomplish. Let me tell you something. They said, he who laughs, laughs best. Many of you don't even understand. He who laughs, laughs best. So sometimes you're laughing at somebody, laugh at yourself. Laugh at yourself. Don't laugh at nobody. Laugh at yourself. Because you don't know what somebody going through. So there's no point in you laughing after somebody. There's no point in, oh, look at the. No. There's no point. Laugh at yourself. Everything you do, you laugh at yourself. It's better to laugh at yourself than laugh at somebody. Okay, you don't know what somebody going through, and then you don't know the coin can flip. As Taylor Swift said, flip the script. The script can flip. Everything can just make a U-turn. Have you ever make a U-turn? Then you know. Like you wanted to go here and then you realize, oh no, 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 I could have gone there. And you quickly make a U-turn real quick, wrap it up real quick. And get to where you get into. You gotta hurry up sometimes because sometimes that's an illegal U-turn you're doing. So you gotta hurry up to wrap it up so you can get back on track. Because sometimes signs are there to tell you you can't make no turn right here. You know, the time some things can do like that is like you're coming out of a parking lot. Other than that, just come and spin in the road like that when it's not supposed to. That's illegal U-turn. But you don't laugh at people. You know, you don't see people, and then some people they see you going down, and they happy to see you go down. They clap too, and then tell stories. People gotta be more loving. People gotta what more loving people want. Everybody ain't gonna be like you. One thing we have to understand in this world, everybody ain't gonna be like you. And I'm talking you, I'm talking myself included. So because I'm bubbly, or maybe I'm bubbly now and tomorrow maybe boring, or whatever life comes with, doesn't mean everybody is gonna be like me. You might have somebody else come and they're so peaceful. What I mean peaceful, they don't complain. They don't do nothing. But do you know how much they're tearing up apart? Do you know how much they're eating up themselves inside? By the time you finish complaining, they're like a book, it's done. They rip it up inside. They like having a machine that they just put everything into it because you don't want nobody to see your information and just shred it so fast. That's how they're eaten up. Edible inside. And on the outside, they put on this persona just to mask how they're feeling. I'm not doing that. You talk things through, that's the only way you can grow. But eating yourself on the inside, it ain't gonna work. Because all that gonna make you do give you high blood pressure, headache, stress. You might even get a stroke because you can't eat too much. They say pressure bust pipe. Pressure bust pipe, eh? No, no. And that's why you gotta be genuine to yourself. Being genuine to yourself. Know the things that affect you. Know the things that not. Know the things that is worth sharing because it's just that when you talk about your farming communities and everybody must stick together, everybody must this, but everybody ain't sticking together. As the songwriter said, where are they now that I need you? Where are they now? You know what I mean? And that's an old song. Where are they now that I need you? Nowhere to be found. And then it's not everybody nowhere to be found because people are busy at the same time. So you see, life on a whole is something, and that's why you gotta look at the pros and look at the cons. You can't just look at, okay, this person not doing me nothing, but then you gotta look that people got a life outside of you. And I'm including myself. Okay, people got a life outside of us. It's not just sitting there. Oh, hey, release the little queen. I was waiting on you, so I just hit that button. No, people don't just sit down, but you see, people who want to support you, they're not afraid to support you, regardless of whether they like you, whether they love you, whether they care for your content, whether they care for whatever you have to offer. I've been on the, how many of you ever gone somewhere and you see some local young people doing their little hustling, especially in the summertime, and they will sell you, ma'am, can you, or sir, can you buy one of my cookie? I'm doing it for this outreach, or I'm doing it to get some money to go back to school or so. How many of you give that money to that child without even take the good? You tell them, you know what, sell it back again so you can make a profit to go home, or you give it to somebody. Plenty of us did that. We just wanted to support. Doesn't mean we want what you have. We just wanted to support you, if that makes sense. And plenty of us are attest to these things when it, especially in the summertime, when you see, you see young people out there selling, hustling, do their little thing to help combat the pressure, take the pressure off their parents and stuff like that. And you say, no, no, man, it's all good. We're just trying to help support you or contribute to you. Doesn't mean they need anything. And it's not that they scorn the person. It's not that they trying to look like you're beneath them. It's just that they don't want the candy. They don't want the chips because they can't eat the candy. They can't eat the chips, or they trying not to eat those things anymore. Or they're not eating them no longer. But they will support what you're doing. And that's why everything in life make up life. The good, the bad, and the indifference, all that make up life. But it's what we do with what we have is gonna make that difference. That's what gonna contribute to all of these things. How we do these things. But the only one thing I can tell everybody: don't be greedy for success to the point where you disown a lot of things in your life, and then in the end, when you realize that you thought, hey, the grass was greener, like the gingerbread man thought the grass was greener after running past so many other people that, well, if you watch that, it's an audio book too. So if you watch it, you see how all those people that they pass the chicken, the bird, the all of that, the people, the cow, the donkey, and all of these, all those people that he passed along the way, and the one people he trusted was the fox, but the fox was clever. So you still gotta be careful because you don't want to have to reverse. Many people on this platform had reversed in a lot of things. Even get to the point and then they realize that some things in the given to them naturally. And then they had to learn the hard way. And they can attest to it themselves. They can tell their own story. But just being around, I pay attention. Certain things was not given to them um authentic, organically. Yes, WC. And then they lose that. And then they had to relearn all over again. And then once they relearn over again, then the natural process begin. And now they're able to appreciate that and can transition better. They can still flourish better. Even though they might be less, but less is better. Because sometimes you have more and all of it is just toxic sometimes. Because now you have too much to deal with. It's like they say you have too much mouth to feed. To the point you don't even know sometimes what to cook. And in this case, we're talking the arena. So it's better to take your time, strengthen yourself. And when you strengthen yourself, you strengthen everything about you, your peace of mind, your mind and a whole, you as a whole, because you're holistically developing. And when you're developing, you have to frame yourself, carve yourself out in a way so you can understand yourself. Because one, if you don't understand yourself, how you gonna understand others when you don't even understand yourself? When you can't figure out yourself, it's hard to figure out somebody else. When you're struggling with depression, you're struggling with anxiety, you're struggling with all kind of things, postpartum, whatever troubles you're struggling with, relationship you're struggling with, or so there's no way you can really figure out somebody because your mindset is not clear. It is clogged. When I'm clogged, I need time to think. I need time to regenerate, rejuvenate. It's like you say, you're thirsty. You keep licking your lip and all. Sometimes I see people when they're really thirsty and exhausted and they keep licking their lip. All you see is pure white over their lip. And I'm like, that's the most embarrassing thing you can ever see. And somebody will stand there, watch them with all that on their lip and they're not saying nothing. Me, I'm going to tell you, I probably knock you or do like this and demonstrate. Because it's embarrassing to just watch somebody stand up there with all kind of stuff. And and I'm looking at I can't do that. And my chest and stomach ain't built for that. So I have to let you know quick and fast so I don't have to feel like I would if he no. My and not everybody is built for these things. So I rather stop you. Hey, that means you can get things under control without have to make an alarm. I tell you, well, look at his mouth, look at this, look, that's a solution. You tap somebody nicely and you point. Sometimes they don't even understand what you're saying. But you tap again and you say, look at me. And you tell them, look at me. And you use your eyes to communicate or whatever. They will see what you see now. Or you call them one aside if you're in public or whatever. Because the truth is we all need guidance. We all need direction. We all need somebody to point if something is wrong. Tell us. Some people don't like it. That's their problem. But we gotta wake up. It's a lot to digest, but it's also a lot to unpack. And when you can't unpack it, you take it out and others know. You get overwhelmed with it, you get exhausted with it. No. Like even even with life on a whole, when you don't want to work out the relationship or the problem that is arising in the relationship to nit things in the bud, what do people do when they go out there? They go out there and make a fool of themselves and then they come back and tell a whole story about the other person when they didn't want to make adjustment, they didn't want to shuffle the pack, they didn't want to do nothing to change. But then when something go left now, they feel so embarrassed. You think they go talk about themselves? They go say you. They start singing this song. You know the song? You. I think it's a song. I just don't remember the rest of the word. I just know it's about you. It's like they pointing finger now. They have to juke you in the eye. You. Man, you juke me in my eye. So we just gotta keep going. Keep going because the future is bright. And when you realize the future is bright is when you unpack. Get everything outside that you need to get. Do your cleanse. Or you think it's only your own, your internal self, your detox. You gotta detox your mind too. Everything is gotta detox, and nothing wrong with you being honest about how you're feeling about something. If you feel bad about something or something don't sit well with you, it's best to get it off your chest because that's the only way to learn and grow. But you keep it in, it's like when I go through certain things and I call this lady and I will say to her, um, so and so. She said, well, closed mouth don't get fed. So if you want to sit down and think you're gonna get fed, close your lip, close your mouth, and see if anybody gonna know what you're going through or anything. And I had to say, wow. Not that you can't do it, but sometimes your pride get the best of you because you're in a certain dilemma and your pride can get in the way and don't want to even let you ask for the help until you almost end up in where you're not supposed to. Because you could have asked for the help. But because of pride, you know, you get lost. And then when you try to find a way back, it can become more challenging because everything is so accumulated that at this point somebody said, I wish you had come to me or reach out to us like 2 3 months ago. We had just did this, we had just did that. No, now we have blank blank blank. Now your head about to explode because now you don't know where to turn. You know where to turn, don't get me wrong, you just can't think. Because at this moment, the one place you had figured out how to turn, now you realize they either booked, they either done, they sign, seal, and deliver and close everything out. Now you left pondering where next. Now you can't think, The only thing you can think of, what am I gonna do? God have mercy, what am I gonna do? Sometimes we don't even remember God. But for those who are have faith in God, we say, God, what we gonna do now? What? I can't think, Lord, help me, lead me. So there are so many things that we need to figure out. And we can't wait till it's too late. So don't pent up nothing inside of you. Nothing at all. You know what I learned too, even in relationship, you know what I've learned? The person, when you in a relationship and if the other party don't want to communicate with you, that's not a person for you. Because when you want to talk about situation and they don't want to talk about it, and they say, okay, give me a few minutes, I give me a break, and then you give them the break and they still don't want to talk about the situation too, so you can come to a resolution. Clearly, the red flag is already there telling you, hey, you either pack up and leave now or you pack up somewhere else. You have choices either to embarrass yourself out there or you pack up peace silently and go about your business. Because it is so clear that communication don't work all the time for some people because they're not, what you're saying is not what they are saying. But we got to remember, perspective, perspective is different for everybody. Which word I used to like to use? I used to like to use this word, I think, good luck. And one day, where was I went somewhere and we were having a conversation with somebody. It wasn't like a relationship, it was like somebody, like you meet somebody or whatever. And after, I think it was like some meeting or whatever. And after everything was over, I said to the person, all right, you have a good luck, good luck to something that they said they were going to do or whatever, whatever. And the person look at me cold and tell me, I don't do the good luck thing. We don't do that. So even though you might raise to hear that when somebody gonna do something, I say you wish them luck or something, some people don't agree with good luck. They don't believe in it at all. They think it's something else. So people's perspective, even though you might see it as a word and it don't really mean anything too much, maybe not to me, maybe not to you, but to somebody else, it meant a whole different thing for them. And that's why it's very important when having a dialogue or having a conversation with someone, you come to a decent resolution before to make sure everybody understand. The only difference with like commenting on here sometimes, the perspective or the interpretation of things can be slightly different because of the way we are communicating. Not I'm just the one talking, but you guys are texting, you know what I mean? So if I don't learn to read through the comment or so, misinterpretation of the information because it was read correctly, or I read it but read it with no understanding, as Karen would love to say. Sometimes we can read something and we don't have no understanding, or we're just trying to get our point across, and then that can also make and cause us to mislead, to read misleading information because we are interpreting things the way we see it, and that is so true. We do interpret things the way we see it, and sometimes the way we see it is not the way it was written either. But because we're so eager, because our ego is very, it's something else. It's toxic sometimes because you just say, get it, get it, get it. Tell him to get it to the point where it don't give you a time to even stop to think. But your super ego will give you time to stop and think. But your ego or your id, it just want you to knock something out the way. He just want to tell you, go, yes, that person is rude, that person is this, that. And most time we act upon our ego, and our ego is the one led us in situations. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations, hot water, we say, it's because of our ego. Our ego is bigger than us, you know. And if anybody know what your ego is, you can always, if you don't know it, you can go read upon it. It always talk about your ego. And actually, it's a theorist who study about your ego and your super ego too. I think is was it Stigman Freud? There's a theorist who study about those things. You can go read upon them and get more insight for yourself. So we have to be careful, and that's why sometimes we have to stop and think. But stopping and think doesn't mean that we must not get whatever is on our chest. Because when don't go to your bed mad, that's another thing. You don't go to bed mad. So you get whatever off your chest. Get whatever off your chest doesn't mean you're gonna argue with somebody. And then sometimes the way I'm talking, somebody will say, "Oh, she's arguing," because the person's perspective or interpretation is different. Different thinking, different way of life can make people think differently. And that's what we have to be careful about. You have to be very careful about it. So know your circle, you know, unlock the unlimited things, the data and stuff, and draw closer to our God, and constantly in reinventing ourselves, constantly upgrading ourselves. Upgrading ourselves will look like when you will see the true potential of us. And that's why it's very important to identify your weakness and your strength. Because when you identify that, let's say when we identify these things, it helps us to navigate the world around us better. Because we all perceive the world differently. All of us perceive the world differently. I don't care what walk of life you're from. We all perceive the world around us differently. Even in schools, they tell us each child is different, each child is unique. No one size fit all, no matter how much you're going to categorize them as, oh, this and no. Everybody learn differently. And once we learn that, everybody accept things differently. Some people, nothing bother them. And that's the honest truth. Some people you could cuss them out from here till tomorrow and nothing bothered them. Why? Because they have mastered the art of getting where they need to go, not by confusion, but by God's grace, by God's mercy, by God's blessing. And they stay true to who they are. They know themselves and they say, listen, you ain't saying anything to me that I have never been down that road before. As they had a song say, let me believe you. But when you've been there before, you know exactly what you need to do to get yourself out of situation, even if you're in situations. Because you're telling yourself, I don't need this no more. Nope, I don't. I don't need this no more. I don't need that no more. And why should I need you? There's so many things people look. And when you see people coming, you're like, she didn't cuss you out. Eh? He didn't hit you down. It's because growth is taking place. Every time you see somebody, they're not going to be the same way they used to be. I've even seen people here that maybe 2, 3 weeks ago, you look at them or you listen to them, you would say, wow. But as that person analyze and assess their situation, they realize that they're probably saying to themselves, I don't know what they're saying to themselves, but I only can imagine. They're probably saying, you know what? I don't need to be this way. I've been this way all my life. I don't need to do that. What I need to do is find myself now. What I need to do, I'm a grown man now. What I need to do, I'm a grown woman. What I need to do is stand up, speak up for myself, know what I can tolerate, know what I can accept, and know what don't sit well with me. And when we identify these things that are happening to us, it's easier for us to make decisions, conscious decisions, not just make what decision just off the bat like that. And that's another thing I don't like when somebody asks you a question and it's a personal question, and sometimes it's not you're not at the right place where you could really answer the way you want to answer, but they need an answer right now. I don't like that because it's like pushing my boundaries. You know what I mean? When people push your boundaries, because like you would say, I can't discuss this now, but they said, no, 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 can't you just give me a clue or anything? And it's so heartening sometimes that you want to give the clue and then sometimes you don't want to, because between the clues sometimes some people are clever enough to figure out exactly what you're hiding. Or what when I say hide, it's not like hiding it, but you're not ready to tell it. So sometimes you're rather not give no clue or not say anything. Like earlier I was gonna say something and then I said no, I'm not gonna say it. I'll leave that alone. You know what I mean? But we pushing people boundaries. I don't like that. Some questions are open ended and some are not. Some are closed. And even in school, they don't even want to use no closed things to ask kids question. You want to have an open ended where you can have dialogue. That means whichever way the person answered it, whichever way the child answered the question, it is correct in their own way. But when you have yes I know, like, you just lock them off. So it's a lot to digest, and it's a lot to unpack, guys. But this is 2025. Vent if you have to. Too many of us having pent up situation going on. And when I mean vent, you don't have to be rude to nobody. Because it don't require you to be rude. All it require you to do is to vent. It's like you go to therapy. What do you think you do to the therapy? Anybody go to therapy? What do you think you do to the therapy? You vent it, right? That's what you go to therapy to do, vent, and then they will help you to come up with a solution to see what best work with what all that you were saying to them. They give you a listening ears. While you're there venting, you're probably sobbing, you're probably stressed out, banging and things are so. But those people are so professional that they give you a listening ears. And then while you're talking, they maybe make like a note jotting, note taking, and everything. And then at the end, they will ask you, okay, so XYZ blank blank blank, what do you think you're gonna do to blank blank blank, so and so, blah blah blah. And don't even throughout that all that you've been through that turmoil just now, don't you still have to help that person to come up with a conclusion to fit your needs? Not fit your wants, to fit your needs. So it just goes to show that venting is something that will help us, but it's the way we vent. You don't want to vent where you're ready to punch somebody. No. You know what? Because people owe you nothing. Oh, none of us nothing. You know what I mean? What you know who owe us something? We owe ourselves, but we don't owe nobody nothing. Nobody owe us nothing. And that's why if I do something for somebody, I like to tell them no strings attached. That means you don't feel like you're obligated to do it back to me. No. Because when I let people let them feel like they're obligated to do everything for me because of what I did for them, they under pressure internally. I want to branch off and I can't branch off because this person think that, oh, I put them here and I put them there. No, I want you to go out and spread your wings. I like to tell people you go out. If I bless you, you bless somebody else. This is how the hands go around. How you think some community will never go down? Because it's like let's say let's use a family example. Let's say you have a family member. You say maybe two, three, or seven of you. One come out to be victorious, marvelous, knowledgeable, educated, on top of their game. And the others, they still have their little skill, but not as much as that one person out of the family. But that one family destined was for to uplift their family, to take their family out of poverty and everything. You know what that one person gonna do? That one person gonna go through the headaches, the stress, the turmoil, the disrespect, the you name everything that they're gonna go through. They're gonna go through it. But guess who not gonna go through it? The other six person that is behind them, or the other two-person that is behind them. They will never struggle as much as this person because this person struggle enough out the family. Take all the take all the what I don't even know if I want to say that word now because I'm learning not to curse, if that makes sense. So sometimes I won't use the curse word. I might say, um, let's use it this way. This person is learning all the thing because this person go through everything from the AZ right up. We say from the sole of their head, from the crown of their head to the sole of their feet. No, it's from the feet up. All of that they take just to make all the other family members happy. And when you look at that community, you could tell nobody in need of anything because if they need something, they know that this person here that take all the AZ to struggle to build the life that they wanted to build, to take their, all of this out of the poverty that they were in or that they grew up in. I'm telling you. But by the end of the day, it come out to be beautiful, right? Now this one person make everybody go to school, get a skill, get a trade, get a qualification, or if this one don't want none of those things, they say, okay, what you want to do? They say, okay, I want some money to open a business. That same person take up that burden, help this person to get the business up and running, even if you have to be in their name to get it up and running. And then look, oh, on the low and behold, later on, some of them become so toxic to this person. They take all the problem off their head. Well, I wouldn't say all the problem. Listen, the problem of them struggling out there. Sometimes this one person get nothing in return, but nothing but ooh, horror stories, nightmares. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. But when you build a strong community and it was a foundation found up with the Lord in the midst, they pray together, they stay together. They say community that pray together, stay together. Same thing with family. Family that pray together, stays together, no matter how much you may be apart or anything. You got this one got you over here, this one got you, this one got. And then sometimes this person that works so hard to build a community, when this person is down, let's say something happened, disaster struck and this person falter. Mind you, this person had helped all of these people up here. But this person faltered now he can't even get a penny from one of these because somewhere in the middle, this person here that was the biggest thing in their industry. Then let's use the word industry. Falter. And they had some disconnection somewhere in between. Cause you always gonna have some rap somewhere. No matter how good you are as family, you're always gonna have a rap. But some people wrap you up so good that you never come back from it and they don't even look back at you to remember the good things you have done for them. Because they just take the one little bad apple and they tangle you with it, and that was it. But remember, this is the same person, but it just tell you how growth is. And that's why sometimes you can't look at everything that you do over here. Look what I did for this one. Look what I do for this one. Look what I did. Doesn't mean that these people are gonna be the one for you. Sometimes it's total stranger come and help you that you never even imagine. But you know why that stranger help you? You know why that stranger help you? Because they tell you, it's sometimes it's not the person who you help is gonna help you back. They will might probably bite the hand that feed them. And sometimes the person who you help is not the one always help you back. We learn these things. We're not new to these things. But one thing these things give us is eye-opening result. To understand that, wow, after all I sacrificed, after all I did, but God got me. And when you remember that God got your baby through your storms, through the midst of you sacrificing a whole lot to put people on here, to put people on there. We're not talking you to know, but in general, you will survive. Even when somebody expect you to falter, you will survive. You know why? You were so big in Christ. Whether people thought you weren't, but internally, God knew who we are. So there's no doubt about that. There's no question about that. There's no percentage about that. He already knew exactly who we are. But the way he had created this person that helped so many of the family members, God restored this person. He restored him. Just like the beggar. Remember the story about the beggar too. So we have to just keep going, family. Vent. Just vent in the right way. Because remember they said it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Sometimes you want to say something and it might come off rude, and then you have to take a step back and say, you know what? Mm-mm, mm. Nope, I'm not. Because that's the only way sometimes. But sometimes you have to really think things through so that you don't come off as some people would say ungrateful, selfish, all for yourself, disgusting, spoiled little brat. Name all the things. I grew up like a when I was growing up, people used to call me a little pet because I grew up like a little pet. I'm not no dog. I used to tell people, dog is a pet. I'm not a pet. That's what I used to say when I was growing up. Because I always say, everything you want, you get. But it's not about everything you want, you get. Some things you had to work for. But are you willing to put in the work to get where you need to go? People are out here willing to help a lot of us. But the $1 million question is with us. Are we willing to put in the work to get the work? And then the other thing, when you see people shining, be grateful. Because if you're not, you know what I learned? If you're not happy for yourself, you're never happy for somebody else. Point blank, period. And that's why some people will make the world toxic for you. Because they're not happy for themselves, they're not happy for their journey. Happy for your journey. Even if you're on YouTube right now, you have 1 subscriber, 2 subscribers, 3 subscribers, 0 subscribers. Are you out there doing? Even if you get your 50 subscribers, are you going live and you don't see a soul on your life? That's not true. Somebody is there. You might not see who you want to see, but somebody is there. Because one, God is in the midst. He tell you, where two or more are gathered, God is in the midst. You are in the midst. God is there with you. Ain't that to you? And then whosoever else God will send. Let me tell you something. Sometimes people don't even get the notification. Sometimes people get no notification at all. You know, when they see notification tomorrow because you didn't hit the black one, or sometimes you lose the black one too. So you have to go back again and hit it again. And I think it depends on how often you connect with somebody. But the people you connect with often, trust me, those notifications, you sure get them. You do get those notifications. No question asked about it. You do get them. Because you're keeping the community alive. You know, you're driving something. But all hope is not lost, family. Drive in your lane. Stay in your lane. Even when you're driving, you have one little fool come over in your lane and make a wrong mistake. What do you call it? You little fool, you little this. Don't you call those names out? Oh yes. I remember When I wasn't driving and somebody said, I used to, be in the passenger side like the chauffeur in a row. And I said, why are you arguing with somebody? And everything. They say, you wait till you start driving, you will see all that we're talking about. But I don't do that. I probably will honk my horn if somebody about to go fast, slower than zero limit. You gotta hang your horn because the speed you're coming with, they are not. And then when by the time you slow down right in their AZ. That's why a lot of people get running to people back because the person at the front going slower than you. And then you run into somebody AZ or sometimes you're not paying attention and then you go straight into people AZ. And they say you have to be careful. But a lot of things, I'll tell you. But when you hear like, why you arguing with somebody? I don't like that. When you are on the wheel, you forgot. You just said it. And that's why it's good not to point fingers because you never know when something go happen to you. You never know when you're going to choke on your own words. You literally don't. Like you're in the passenger seat all the time. Why are you arguing with somebody? You're not realizing that when you're in the passenger seat, you're not seeing what the driver is seeing because the driver is paying attention to the road. So and if you're not paying attention to the road, you won't be able to argue with nobody when they make a wrong move. I said, look at this little fool. What is he doing? Why is this person walking out in the road, jaywalking? A jaywalking is illegal too. You know, but why are they jaywalking in the road and that cause you to sometimes jam on your brake or swerve depending on the speed in which you were going? Even if you weren't going the speed limit or you may going faster than the speed limit. This is why sometimes a lot of things end up in people because they're jaywalking and sometimes these people they're not afraid to take their little time. They like a turtle crossing the road. And that's why we have to take our time, guys, and pay attention to everything around us. I just use some of those analogy so we can understand me. Because different way of life think differently. Different background, everything and that's why I love the fact that when people can have different perspective on life, that's how we grow. Like when I look and see people merging like two different faces together and talking, I like to listen because it's two different perspectives coming together now. Some may agree, some might not. Some may in line, some might not in line. I mean, and that doesn't mean it is wrong. It's just that it's two different perspective on life, and that's how you learn to realize to appreciate people. When you see these different perspectives, you learn to appreciate them. You learn to accept them. you know doesn't mean that you're going to swallow them, but in order to create peace sometime you have to just say okay to some things. Have you ever been in a compromise situation where if you keep going at it, this person gonna keep arguing? I've been in there, so I know. And this person gonna keep going, so either you just say okay, 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 okay. Some people get mad at okay too, but in our culture we learn okay. Well, at least me, we learn to say okay. And okay, after okay, we don't say nothing else. It's okay, or we say okay, cool. We use a lot of okay, and anybody see me text something, you see me say okay, cool. That doesn't mean anything. It just mean got you. I understand what you're saying. And then that's just also another way you can, depending how you use it. Okay, cool. It could also mean that you're saying that with I don't want to fight with you, so I'm just gonna say okay to everything you say. Okay, okay. And then if that person paying attention, they get the memo quick to shut up. Cause you say okay. You know what I mean? So it just depends in the context in which you're speaking, and somebody just talking like what I'm doing now, and just talking, talking, talking. And you just want this person to just shut up, shut up, shut up. And you might say, okay. Don't text me okay. No, just say okay. Or something, you know what I mean? Just to tell the person, okay, I understand, you could shut up now. So there's so many things, but perspective on life is eye opening. And when you're learning different culture too, you learn that there's so many things I learned from a lot of people from the different culture right now on YouTube that I'm learning from. I don't have to share it with nobody, but I'm just saying there's so many things and the way how people are more they're so knowledgeable about their community too. And when I mean the community, I'm not talking YouTube community. I'm just talking in general. I've seen a lot of people and just how knowledgeable they are about a lot of stuff. in their country, that I like that, because I can learn from that. I don't have to call names or anything, but there's a lot of people here that I'm paying attention, and when they do stuff, the way they share stuff or stuff like that, I like it, because then it's also giving me different perspective, and oh, so this is how they do stuff, or oh, that's what that meant. Because you could have heard something before using that same terminology or analogy, but you didn't understand it. But then somebody clarified it, and then you say, oh, hmm, that's what that meant. And then there and you start to learn, grow, and develop. You know what I mean? And that's how you strengthen community. And that's how we are able to share things to the different cultures, to the different backgrounds, like the way people would cook. Me, I might just throw everything in the pot. No, somebody else might have two, three pot on the stove. They're cooking rice, not even rice, because not everybody eat rice. Mashed potato. I know a lot of people do mashed potato, mac and cheese. They might have the bread to the side. They might have the beans or the mixed vegetable to the side. They might have salad over here. And then all that different cultural aspect of food or anything just come together and say, you know what? Yes. And then you also have the easygoing culture that I'm also learning too, where you, even though they're part of the same, you know, culture, but then I'm also learning that not everybody from your culture is as boisterous, as loud, as sometimes you would think, because you encounter a loud person, or because you encounter this girl over here. She just like to talk. Not everybody within that culture likes to talk. Some people like to analyze and assess and just sit back, relax, but that doesn't mean they're not paying attention. They learn faster than the person who does just talk, talk, talk all the time. Because sometimes you're talking, and if you don't stop to hear yourself, sometimes you won't hear what somebody said. Have you ever been talking like what I'm doing, and somebody would be saying something to you, and then when you catch yourself, you have to say, what were you saying? You totally forgot that person was talking, because we chat so much. They say we chat too much, you know. But it's growth. It's what make this world up. But I like the different ways of how people share their culture and stuff like that. And how people do their taco heres and everything, because we didn't have I don't have no taco back home. So when people say, oh, I gotta do my taco, I gotta get my taco. Anybody know, we say, if I'm curious enough, at first I would say, oh, what do you put in your taco? Because I'm curious. Because some of the people who are saying they're making tacos, they say tacos are Mexican food. So if you're not a Mexican, I'm curious to know how you make your taco. Just learning the food and how they do their stuff. You know, some people might like spicy taco, some people might not. Some people might like to put little whatever, whatever in their taco. Not everybody want to put it in there. You know what I mean? So I'm learning these things. Yes, I'm learning these things, and that's the beauty of it. But for me, I would just like to see some people cook on their channel. Just I won't call on it. I just like to see some people cook on their channel, just to kind of show me some of the things that they do really in their culture. Like even a main dish like they would normally do on certain time or whatever. I would love to see those things, because when it come on to food, I like to see that, because I like to learn through food, because food is an art that sometimes it don't require you to talk, it just require you to be patient and look, observe, you know, observation a lot of observation, and a lot of note taking, so that if you want to craft the skills so you can master it too, you have to do a lot of note taking, a lot of observation of how people do stuff. Do they wash this one time? Do they wash this twice? Do they let's wash this thrice, which is three times, or you know what I mean? So there's so many I would love to see some people do that. I'll be watching some videos of some people do food, but like in the vegan part. But I would love to see how some other people do some food in their culture, because it's amazing to see, and I'm all for food. Yeah, foodie. Look at my hand, foodie. I never used to eat food when I'm a little kid, so if I like my food now, give me grace. You know what I mean? So I like to see some of those things too, because it's just so fun, and I'm curious. I'm like little curious George, looking like, what is that? Like I remember the other day I saw I was watching a brother live there, and he said he was making something. I used to see how curious I was over there. I was looking like Curious George. He can't see me, but I can see myself because I'm looking at the phone. I like Curious George. I'm like, what is that? I'm just saying, what is that? Because people won't even. You would be surprised to see the things that amaze people. Just when you see different backgrounds and you see how they do stuff, or even how people eat. Sometimes you see how some people and they have some little tiny little mouth and just you see how they eat and they eat so little and cute. I'm like, okay. While me over here with my pig self, you know what I mean? And then you just see somebody just take their little tiny little and then sometimes they don't chew their food. You see, they take two bites and you're like, you said my wife is a foodie. Yes, yes, Wayne WC, right? You still here, Wayne? I'm like, they, so it's like sometimes they don't chew their food. So I'm so amazed when I see they don't chew. By the time they take a bite, then they swallow the food. And I'm like, ain't you supposed to chew your food? But these people ain't playing. They're like, listen, either they don't like cold food, so they try to eat it fast. But I eat fast because I don't like cold food either. But I'm telling you, it just amazed to see how, even though we all have mouth, but just to see the direction in which our mouth go when we eat it. Some of us eat open our mouth. Sometimes I eat with my mouth open. Like if I'm in a comfortable zone, if I'm not in a comfortable zone, you might see me acting like the bougie girl. They say the girl bougie. Yes, I probably swallow it quicker than anybody else, and not even chew properly. When you go, you probably are upset stomach. You have all these big old lump in your stomach. They weren't true, so they go upset your stomach. You know what I mean? But I tell you, I like to see things and just the way how people. You know what? I used to see how people peel potato here. It was hilarious. They get the potato peel, the what they call it thing to peel the potato, that metal thing, and they scrape the potato. I'm like, what? We you supposed to use a knife? They said no. Over here we use this to scrape the potato, and I'm like, okay, that's new. You don't want to see me eat because I have no teeth. He said my jaw goes. He said your jaw go up and down, and I take forever. You need to blend your food. Oh, Wainwright is so funny. I see you with a teeth in your head. What you talking about? I see you with a teeth. In Jamaica, we call that one touch. When you want teeth in your head, you call it one touch. Of course, you see you with a teeth. What? We used to call people without no teeth beer gum because it's just beer gum, no teeth. And man, when you see they eat their food, you just ask, how do you eat? But everything just, God, God give us so many things. We cannot hide from it. He give us so many things. But look though, you see how we cut our mouth crossway, but all of us don't eat the same way. We all don't eat the same way. Pay attention to when somebody eating. We don't eat the same way. Big Jack story time, how are you? We do not eat the same way while you have somebody eat, and you have to wonder if they're eating. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're wondering if they're eating. Just stopping by before bed. That's all right. Appreciate you. If you have to go to bed, that's all right. Most people don't know this, but only your bottom. Only your bottom. How does the chewing part is actually still? Oh, okay, okay. So only the bottom part really chew the food. Okay. Correct me if I'm understanding right here. Oh, so that's nice. But I find it hilarious when I see people eat. And then, because before I used to think everybody eat like me. I used to think like everybody eat like a pig. Just trying to get the food. No, no, everybody don't eat like me. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Big Jack. But if you have to go to bed, your eyes are important. Your rest is important. I'm a night owl. Old. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you. It's just amazed. Some people say, "Oh, why would you eat on camera?" That thing amazed me to see how different people eat. And then some people eat and they hear them out like chop chop. Just a eat and or they eat and slap them out. I know I won't say the country that I've been around before that eat like that. I won't say it. But if you know anybody, you know some people that eat just like that. You hear them out that literally making noise while they eat. Yeah. It's like they have gum in their mouth. They're literally making noise. But it's beautiful. I like to see people just be themselves. When you can be yourself, that amazes me. I look like wow. I like to see, those beautiful people. It's a good night all. Yes, blessing man. Get some rest. Get some rest. Get some rest. Rest is important. They say there is always replay. Plus, I have a bunch of shorts, so it's all right. Get your rest. Rest is important. And to everyone that have to go, rest is always important. Nothing like your rest. Nothing like your rest. You know what I mean? Don't forget your rest. Always important. When you don't rest, you're in trouble. You know what I mean? So rest, 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 rest. But I like to see the different culture. I like to see people cook. I like to see people clean up too because let me tell you why. When I see people clean up, they they might have a product that they use and they help with making things a little bit more easier to clean up, especially when you have children around the house and you watch a channel and you see they have children, you see they're using certain cleaning product. You feel so hyped up to go get that product. And worse if there's a Dollar Tree, you go on to Dollar Tree to go get that product in your house too. Cause I used to watch a lot of YouTubers that clean up their house, whether they up top, below, in the middle, or whatever they are in their journey in cleaning up, or it's just an everyday ritual for them. I love to watch those kind of videos because then you get to see the kind of products that people use to help get their house under control. Just a number of things. Good night, Big Jack. We working out when I get to Vegas. You say you working out when I get to Vegas. Okay. Okay, wait, right. You say you might as well be yourself because you are the best version of you when you are comfortable in your own skin. Yes. And that's what I had to, you know, I used to be so shy. I don't like crowd up till this blessed moment. Maybe if you see me in public, you would say, you talk that much, but you don't even want to open your mouth. I probably barely say one or two words to you. Or maybe nod my head or use a little sign language to you or something. But I will not talk much. And when people are around me, I like them to, I don't want people get too, like if you know me in person, I don't want to get too, I don't like people to be uncomfortable around me. I want people to be happy when they're around me, especially if I'm gonna go here with you or go there. I want you to be able to be yourself without have to worry about me talking your ears off. I will talk to you if you're talking to me, or if not, I might ask you a few questions about just random stuff, like maybe what you like to eat, or do you like this? I like to ask people though. Anybody I meet I used to like, do you like sports? Some people get mad at me when I ask them about sports, but they're not understanding. It's not about being mad. It's about telling me no, I don't like sports. Nothing wrong with saying no. You know what's something wrong with when you start getting mad at somebody because they ask you if you like sports? There's no need to get mad. That means clearly you're crazy in the head. If somebody asks you, do you like sports? Your answer should be, no, I don't like sports, or yes, I like sports. There's no need for you to get mad and build a whole scenario. That's a foolish person. If you don't like something, you just literally nicely say, no, sir, or no, ma'am, or no, resilient, I don't like sports. Simple. Don't get heated about it. I've literally asked people, oh, I like sports, blah, blah, and people get mad about it. I'm like, do you like sports? Is a question. You can either answer yes or no. It don't require you to be mad. But illiterate people get mad very quick about these things. No. Some questions that people will ask you is not personal. You just say no. Or if you are trying to learn to like sports or go to a few games, you say, you know what, I probably don't want to talk about it. I'll get back to you then. And then, right there and then he tell me, because I know how to read between the lines, he tell me to don't ask you again. But then when you get mad if somebody asks you if you like sports, that tell me that you're crazy in the head. Because sports is all around you, whether you like it or not. You have football, you have soccer, you have volleyball, you have so many sports. So don't get mad if somebody asks you, do you like sports? They're telling you what they like, so they're trying to find out what you like. But they have to use what they like to ask you if you like sports. Because they like sport. You like, you meet somebody and somebody might say, I have two children. When they said they might introduce themselves and say, oh, hi, I'm Resilient Queen, I have two children. Your response is probably saying, oh, well, oh, congratulations. Well, I don't have no kids yet. Sorry. Or I don't want no children. So that way the person getting to know you, because they start the conversation and you build around there. So people can get to know you. I am not into sport, but I wonder how did the Lions do today? Or they lost. The Lions lost. They did not win. Yeah, we lost. We lost. But we lost, but not, we don't lose everything, because we did really well over this for this season. Right. I always say I am just not into it. But I understand, I like championship. I am done with it. Yes. Yes. Yeah, 'cause you don't need to get mad. Somebody asks if you like something, you just say yes or no question. As long as they're not being rude to you or anything. And that's the problem. Some people get mad about this simple little question. What do you like to eat? Some people get mad about that. Why you asking me what I like to eat? Are you gonna buy me something to eat? It's like somebody trying to get to know you, you know what I mean? So can be mad. That's how people get to know you. That mean if they ever should run into you or want to give you something, they learn that okay, this person likes sports, or this person like makeup, or this person, even if you, even as a YouTuber, when you talk about the things you like and don't like, let's say you become monetized and you're supposed to get sponsors. People are all out here every day sieving through channels that are growing. You don't know who is sieving through channels, and then as soon as you grow, you elevate to reach the way you need to monetization or something. You probably, if you're good at what you're doing, so you probably can pick up a sponsor, but the sponsor may come based on the things you're doing and the things you like. You gonna go in line to align affiliate with your channel. So if you don't talk about your likes and dislike, how is somebody gonna know? So if somebody asks, say, you know what, I like Coney Island. If you never eat Coney Island before, you could say, I don't know what that is. Nothing wrong in saying it. Somebody might say, well, you should try it. Okay, even if you're not gonna try it, you could say, okay, I would love to try it. That's to get the people off your back. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It's just like you in I was watching the news yesterday, and as I told you, I like current event, and I like to also relate to current events. And there was this guy, he acted into a movie where they de-escalate situation into a movie or stuff like that, like they act out scenes of stuff. And he said after the fire in California, there was some there was this guy with a torch. He came on the news. I don't know if anybody watched that news. And he said it never actually the news. It was on, what's his guy? What's his name? I forgot his name. I forgot the name. Ooh, I forgot the name. I forgot the name. But he have the dimples right here. The guy that was talking. And the guy was saying, you know what? Because they were asking him, so do you think because of the training you receive while doing those acting in the movies or so, you think that help you to de-escalate the situation? And he said most definitely. Because in the movie they're trained to you know, put out fires, like if somebody in distress or whatever, how they should act or so. And because at first people were scared because he had the torch in his hand and he was just flashing it around, something like that. And he just came over and saw what was happening. I think he was next door or whatever. He saw what was happening, or he was coming. I don't remember exactly. And he just went and he said, "We don't need nobody need to get hurt. Nobody need to, be tagger going back and forth like something like that. We just need to talk this through." And he talked to the guy while the guy was having the torch in his hand and everything. And he finally talked to the guy and let the guy come to a peaceful resolution where he was able to put it down. And then he was able to hold the guy down till, the police came. So it just goes to show that sometimes it's how we do things. Sometimes we want to blow up at somebody, but sometimes it's literally how we do things. It's gonna make the outcome greater for us or better for us, you know. But anyway, people, your chatterbacks is going to sign off because I think I talked so many things in one. You guys probably like, what? But anyway, people, it's always love, it's always manners, it's always respect. Because I was raised with manners, love, and respect. I'm sorry, I was raised with that, but that doesn't mean I don't have a mouth on my body. I got a mouth on my body, people. But you won't see it. You will not see it unless you irritate irritate the crap out. But if you don't irritate the crap out, you won't see it. Other than that, I'll be my true self. And be my true self, I'm not afraid to be my true self. Gone were the days when you feel like you can't do nothing because what you think this person gonna say, or this person gonna tell mama this person. No, those were the days. We're not living in the olden days. We're living in the 21st century. And I have to learn to get out my shell, be comfortable in my own skin, love who I am, stand up for who I am, and stand up for what I believe in. So many people I've seen now standing up for what they believe in. Oh, I will not this and I will not that. But for me, it's all love, baby. And love only can look better when love got boundaries. They say love got no boundaries. Love got boundaries. Because not everybody want to intertwine with everybody. Love got boundaries. But that doesn't mean we don't love each other. That doesn't mean we don't want to grow with each other. That doesn't mean we don't want to strengthen each other. It's just that everybody's mission is different. You know what I mean? Some things will intertwine, some things will not. But by the end of the day, we have to stay true to ourself. Get what off you need to get off your mind. Let people say, why should be there? That's all right. That's all right. At least you clear the air. By clearing the air, mean you clear your pathway. You get your sanity back. You feel ready. You feel relief. You're ready, you're energized, and you're ready to tackle the next challenge. You know what I mean? 'Cause everything come in your life is a challenge. But once you can knock it down, then you're good to go again. It's like we're going to bed now. If I wake up to see tomorrow, the challenge of today is over. Well, I mean today, but the challenge of tomorrow will be over. Once I wake up, well, I'm gonna go bed anyhow. So once I wake up, the challenge of the rest of the day will be over. You know what I mean? However, that challenge may look, and that's why we have to always give God thanks and praise for life, for health, for strength, because nothing without Him. Without Him, nothing would be possible. I'm gonna go hang out with Nemo for a minute if he's still on. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, big shout out to Nemo 504. Big shout out to you, my brother. I know he said he busy doing his work and everything, so you know. But blessings to everyone, you know what I mean? So Karn was here. Big shout out to you, Karn. Manners, love and respect to you. Thank you for always supporting. And one day I know God gonna bless you. God gonna bless you, Karn. And I'm glad everything is working out wherever you are. And to Double C Wayne, right? Thank you, my brother. I'm so happy I met you. And thank you for always showing some love to the queen over here. I like to call myself the crazy queen, but thank you for showing some love, manners, and respect to you. And guys, he have a channel, so you can go check. He does amazing videos too, so you can go check. And he start off doing his exercise this year. He said he used to exercise, and he pick it up back. So go check, guys, and I mean, just show love. Whatever love look like for you. Love you. Okay, check you later. All right, manners, love, and respect, and safe journey when you go see your mama. Safe journey and happy birthday when you come. I know it's January 22nd, which is around the corner. So happy birthday to you. Let me go up. Before I leave, I like to give a shout out to everybody that graced the platform. And to Big Jack Story Time. Manners, love, and respect to you. Appreciate you so much. I love your professionalism, Jack. I love how professional you are. I don't think you were saying that you grew up in sports. Sports really teach us discipline because I did sports growing up as a child too. And well, actually, I stopped doing sports in 2017. But it just show you. Now I just gain weight. 2017, I was skinny. very skinny. Didn't have no kids then, so I was an automatic. You know what I mean? So I stopped doing sports in 2017. But anyway, so big shout out to you, Jack, and love you for your professionalism, for your conduct yourself, how you do stuff and everything. And I like what you're doing too to uplift the community and gather people together to strengthen things there. So I like that. I like that. But I also love your demeanor in how you conduct things, and what to be in the position you say you were in. I know you gotta have a listening ear, so you got that down pat, baby. You got that, Jack. So big congratulations to you and everything, and thank you for your service as well. Because I think you say you're a veteran, so thank you for your service as well. I have a lot of family in the army as well in England, not here but in England. And WC Wainwright, again, big shout out to you for rocking it with me tonight, and everything, and stay. I didn't even know you were staying this long, but you stayed this long. So big shout out to you, and please guys go support these people and everything. And WNC, right, his vibes, he's full of energy too. Very full of energy. I see him exercise. I need to join him in one of his exercise class one of these days. You know what I mean? So I can get my exercise down too. So I'm scrolling back up on his WNC. And big shout out to you again, Con WNC. Right, big shout out to you. And Kenneth Benton. Big shout out to you, my brother, and bless and prayers out there for you because I know you lost a loved one. So big shout out to you as well. Thank you so much for gracing the stage. And James, all the way from Africa, big shout out to you. Thank you for stopping by. I know you're hard working over there, so gotta get those work. You gotta get those work in. So thank you guys, and you could check him out. He have a channel, so you could check him out as well. And I think that those Khan and Kenneth. I think that was and Selena, the sellers. I think okay. Big shout out to her as well. I have to check her channel out. I think she have a channel. I think she have a channel, guys. So big shout out to her. I'm screenshotting so I could go check her channel out. A big shout out to everybody. And I like to say too, if you have a channel and also you can leave me a comment and I can check you. So love, manners, and respect to everyone, and thank you guys so much for stopping by and everything. So to everyone, love you, love you, love you, manners, love, and respect every time. And to God be the glory, great things He has done. Peace out. Bye.